Inshallah. Again, if you have any, just type them, inshallah ta'ala. But if you were all good with the Nahu Wadi the other day, then you probably will be all good with what we're doing here, inshallah ta'ala. We begin here. This is our 39th hadith in this section with At-Tashabbuh, which we see up here as the 96th section in the book, all the 96th chapter, or whatever you want to call it. At-Tashabbuh, from Shabbaha, meaning to imitate, right? To imitate. So At-Tashabbuh would be imitation. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من تشبه بقوم فهو منهم. من تشبه بقوم فهو منهم. Man here is whoever, right? Tashabbaha, imitates. The verb here, at-tashabbuh, is the noun. At-tashabbuh, right? Here it's the verb. Tashabbaha. Whoever imitates biqawmin. Here, other people. Whoever imitates a people. Tashabbah requires that we have a object or a harf al-jar in this place. So we have the word bi, but it means whoever imitates a people. Whoever imitates, we're not really going to translate this that here. Just whoever imitates a people. Fahuwa, then he, minhum, is from them. Whoever imitates a people, then he is from them. This hadith is in Abu Dawud, number 4031, from Ibn Umar. من تشبه بقوم فهو منهم. Whoever imitates a people, he is from them. I'm pretty much assuming there's no questions, huh?
No.
عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما قال لعن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المتشبهين من الرجال بالنساء والمتشبهات من النساء بالرجال. لعن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. We said the other day when we had the hadith on al-washim, wal-wasa, wal-nams, the tattooer and the one who puts in fake hair in the head, and the nams, the one who tweezes the eyebrows. This la'ana means to curse. La'ana Rasulullahi, Rasulu marfu fa'il. Rasulullahi, Allah, lafdhu jalala is majroor because it's mudaf ilay, right? La'ana Rasulullahi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam al-mutashabbihin. It's not the mutashabbihun, right? Because it's the object here, right? It's the object of the la'na, so it becomes mansub. And the ismu jam, which is salam, the jam al-mudhakkir salam, is marfu with a waw, and is majroor and mansub with a ya. Versus the ismu mufrad, the ismu mufrad, the single word is marfu with a dhamma, mansub with a fatha, majroor with a kasra. Mutashabbihun is marfu with a dhamma, with a waw. And it's mansub and majroor with a ya. The singular word takes the vowels for its sign. The plural of the mudhakkar salam, masculine sound, it's not broken up, then it takes the sign of a waw or a ya. So it's mutashabbihin because it is the mansub, it's the maf'ulun bihi. Is that clear?
No.
Min al-rijali, those who imitate, al-mutashabbihin, those who imitate from the men, they imitate bin nisa, women. Basically, those men who imitate women. وَمُتَّشَبِّهَاتٍ مِنَ النِّسَاءِ بِالرِّجَالِ. And the feminine salam, the muannath salam, is mansoob with a kasra, right? So we have muslimatun, muslimatin, right? It's mansoob with a kasra. So we have mutashabbihat min al-nisa, from the women, birijal, those women who imitate men. We have those women who imitate men. La'ana Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. لعن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المتشبهين من الرجال بالنساء والمتشبهات من النساء بالرجال. The Messenger of Allah صلى الله عليه وسلم cursed those men who imitate women and those women who imitate men. This hadith is in Bukhari, number 5885. And it says here that it's from Ibn Abbas, so there's no need to repeat that. Any questions about these two hadith?
No. Mutashabihat is mansub. It goes back to la'na, huh?
Yes, it goes back to the object of the object is going back just like mutashabbihin, right?
Tayyib.
Okay, go ahead and read for us, Abu Tahir.
قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من تشبه بقوم فهو منهم. عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما قال لعن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المتشبهين من الرجال بالنساء والمتشبهات من النساء بالرجال.
نعم. Go down, we see our next section is dealing with Adab, Al-Akl wa Shurb. Al-Akl wa Shurb, eating and drinking. I think that's clear. The etiquettes, Adab, the plural of Adab. Adab 1, Adab Jam, the plural. Al-Akl wa Shurb, eating and drinking. So it says, Adab al-Shurb, the etiquettes of drinking. Sharaba, we had this word the other day when we talked about shawarib, the mustaches, right? It's all related. You drink from that same place, right? Adab al-Shurb, the etiquettes of drinking. In my book, my actual book, it has the order a little bit different. But we'll go through it. What do you have? Did I skip a chapter? Yes, somehow I skipped a chapter. Here we go. Adab al-Akl. I'm sorry. Adab al-Akl.
No.
That's better. I knew something was up. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا غلام سم الله وكل بيمينك وكل مما يليك. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا غلام سم الله وكل بيمينك وكل مما يليك. Ya Ghulam, Ghulam is old boy. Ghulam is a young boy. There's different some people have different I'm trying to find defining limits of this Ghulam, what age or what point. But basically it comes from the word Ghalama, Ghain Lam Mim, which means to be excited or to be aroused by desire, right? So therefore a Ghulam is going to be someone who's around that age of puberty, that 12, 13, 14, in that age. Someone who is around the age of puberty. A young boy says, Ya Ghulam, and this is a funny word here too, because the plural of it is strange. Says Vilman. Vilman. That's not something we would assume to be the plural there, right? Vilman or Ghilma. But Gilman is what I've seen inside of like a book by one of the Mashayikh talking to the youth or something like that. They use the word Gilman. But that's a strange plural for us, but it's good to know because we will see it inside of Islamic literature. So, Ya Ghulam, oh young boy, Samillah. Sam, here is a command. Right? Meaning to name. As we said, Samma, right? For instance, if you had a son, Sammaytahu Tahir, right? You named him Tahir. So here we have Samma. Samma meaning to name. Like Bismillah, Samma. So Sammillah, say the name of Allah. State Allah's name. Sammillah. Right? This kasra here is for reading purposes. It should be a sukoon, right? Just Sam. And I don't even know if we would have the shadda there because of you would have two sukoons, in other words, right? You would have two sukoons. So I think if you were just to stop, you would even lose your shadda. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, Sam, but because of the kasra that was added for reading purposes, I think they brought the shadda back in there, right? So, Sammillah, Allah is the mansub, maf'ul bihi, Sammillah. Say Allah's name, call Allah's name, say Allah's name. Wakul biyaminik. Wakul biyaminik. We said, how do we get to the commands? We said in Ijlis, right? Ijlis. How do we get there? We started out with Tajlisu. Because we're talking to a person. A lot of times in a book, you'll see that they say Yejlis. They'll call for the third person. But it doesn't make a lot of sense because, and it doesn't matter really, because it's the same. Yejlis and Tajlis is the same, just where the dots are. But it doesn't make sense to start with the third person because you're not talking to the third person, you're talking to a second person. So Tajlisu, how do we get there? We drop our ta. We have Ijlis. We have this form. We put a sukoon on our last one, and we can't start with a sukoon on the jit, so we put an alif, ijlis. And our fatha or kasra is determined by this letter. So if we, for instance, had a dhamma here, if it was a dhamma on top of this lam, then it would be a dhamma. We would say, for instance, we have a word, tadkhulu. 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 Okay? Without the dot. Okay, then we have khulu. We put our sukoon. We have a sukoon there. We put our sukoon on the end. Put our alif. So we're going to say udkhul. Because of the dhamma there, we have a dhamma here. But if it's a kasra or a fatha here, it's only going to ever be a kasra here, never a fatha. Right? It's only ever going to be a kasra in a command, ijlis. Wa ishrab. Like that. So now, how do we get there? When it comes to kul, we have the verb ta'kulu. You eat. Right? So we say, we're going to drop ta. We're going to say kul. And our hamza already has a sukoon. So we're not going to put another hamza there and then return it back to akal, right? Akul. That's not going to make sense. So they just drop the hamza all together and it becomes kul, as we see here in this hadith. Wakul bi yaminik, and eat with your right, meaning your right hand, right? Be with yaminik, your right hand. Wakul, again the verb, mimma, from what? Yalik. Yalik is what's close to you. Kul bima yalik. Right? Like we say, trying to think of the word right now. Anyway, yalik is what's close to you. Kul bima yalik. Eat what's close to you. This hadith is in Bukhari and Muslim, but I only have the place for Bukhari right now. 5376 from Omar ibn Abi Salama. Any questions about this one?
No.
Give a second for the sisters to see if they have one. Okay. So the next hadith, قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كلوا في القصعة من جوانبها ولا تأكلوا من وسطها فإن البركة تنزل في وسطها. Kulu is the same function. We start with ta'kuluna. Instead of just dropping our dhamma, ta'kuluna, instead of just dropping our dhamma and ta'kulu, where we just come to kul with the dhamma because we drop the dhamma here, we're going to drop our noon because the noon is taking the place here. In the jam, the noon is taking the place here. So we say kulu, and then we put our alif there to protect our waw. Right? And the same thing happens with our hamzas here We're just going to drop it all because the Hamza is already sakin. We're not going to put one in front of it and then make it kulu and change it back to like a present tense verb. We're just going to put kulu. So, kulu, and all of you eat. Fil qas'ati. Qas'ati is a large, like wooden bowl. A large wooden bowl, a large container, right? Need a dish. But qas'a is a special kind of dish. It's like a wooden dish. Kulu fil qas'ati min jawanibiha. Jawanib from janaba, meaning the sides. From its sides. So you have a big bowl. Everybody's sitting around it. Eat from the sides. Right? وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا مِنْ وَسَطِهَا. This shows us we have ta'kulu, how we make a prohibition, right? We don't have to drop our ta as we do in tajlis with ta'kul. We just drop the and make the last part majzoom. So we say la ta'kulu, la tajlisu. We have our ta in the beginning, but we still drop our wow, our dhamma, or our noon, or whatever the case, just like in the amr, but we keep the first part as a whole. That's in prohibitions. وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا مِنْ وَسَطِهَا. وَسَطِهَا min wasat. Min wasat, the middle. And don't eat from its middle, the middle of the qas'ati. That's why it has the ha there, right? And of course, wasati is majroor. تفضل. وسط المجرور بعد من. فإن البركة البركة is منصوب بعد إن. Right? إن وأخواتها make the noun that follows it منصوب. It is called اسم إن. So فإن البركة تنزل. From نزل, it descends. نزل, descends. The barakah تنزل. And we use the ta here because barakah is feminine. So we don't say ينزل, but تنزل. barakah تنزل في وسطها. So the barakah descends in the middle of it. So people eating from the edges, the barakah comes down in the middle and spreads like this. If you're just eating in the middle, then you're eating that spot, right? So the Prophet ﷺ told us, don't eat from there, from the middle. Kulu fil qas'ati min jawanibiha. وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا مِنْ وَسَطِهَا. And don't eat from the middle of it. Eat from the edges, the sides of it. فَإِنَّ الْبَرَكَةَ. For verily the blessings, تَنْزِلُوا فِي وَسَطِهَا. Descend in the middle of it. Any questions? Abu Tahir?
No.
Okay, this hadith is in Ahmed, and you already know what's up with me and Ahmed. I don't have a copy of it here in Kuwait with me, so therefore I can't see who it is. I can look online, but it's not the same to me, so I don't do it. I can look online for the rest of them, but I want you to be able to get it in the book, not what's online. If I look up online, I got to tell you what copy I looked up, who the website, all that, and it's going to change from place to place. Whereas if I had, for instance, my Ahmed Shakar's version with me or something, I could tell you in Ahmed Shakar is such and such number, and then you have a book to actually refer back to. You know what I mean? But just referring back to the website, who cares? قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا وقعت لقمة أحدكم فليأخذها فليمت ما كان بها من أذى وليأكلها ولا يدعها لشيطان. 1 second, this is Yassine. Let's see if he's trying to get in the room or something.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing good. كيف حال?
No, he's not trying to get in. He's trying to talk. إذا وقعت لقمة أحدكم. وقع meaning to happen, but here it means saqata, like to fall. If it falls, right? If it falls, like a mawqi', location, right? You send, if you got your phone, turn to Arabic, right? You want to send location, you're going to send a mawqi' to someone, right? So the pin's going to drop your location. So, إذا وقعت, here he is, inshallah. وقعت, look to. If a luqma from laqama means like a bite. A bite. Here, luqma, a bite size something. Right? Bite size. So if you remember when you were here, I don't know if you were here, Abu Tahir, if we ever went and did and got those little balls, or if you've seen them maybe in the store or something, like little sugary balls.
Yeah.
They're called luqmat. They're called luqmat, or they say qumat in short, right? But means bite size something, little bites, right? So luqma is a bite. If something from your food, if a dropping or a piece of your food, like you pick up rice and a piece of rice falls, or a piece of meat, or whatever it is, a piece, something that you're going to bite and chew on. Luqmatu ahadikum, of one of you. This is a mudaf ilayh. A luqma of one of you. A luqma of one of you. If it falls, فَلْيَأْخُذْهَا. Fa is so, or then. The lam is the lam of amr. That's why we have the sukoon here, right? وَلْيَأْخُذْهَا from akhadha, to take, right? To take. فَلْيَأْخُذْهَا, ha, because luqma as a ta marbuta, feminine. فَلْيَأْخُذْهَا, then take it. It's a command, so let him take it. One of you, let him take it. Right? فَلْيُمِّتْ مَا كَانَ بِهَا مِنْ أَذَى. فَلْيُمِّتْ مَا كَانَ فِيهَا مِنْ أَذَى. This yumit is means to clean it, but give me a second because I'm trying to find the exact root of it. I just know it by just from knowing it, you know what I mean? But I don't know its root. Just like you read. Well, that was a hard one, man. The root is don't give me a root. Lamata, it's not lamata. It means to take it and clean it, right? Yumit ma kana biha min al-adha, means to take it and clean it. I can now look it up. Yumit, so take it and clean it, right? From ma kana biha min adha. What was, ma is what, kana was, biha, with it or on it, right? Min adha, from adha, that's how you look it up, adha, from harm, from anything that is harmful. It was maybe on it, right? وَلْيَأْكُلْهَا, and was, and the lamb here is the lamb of Amr. وَلْيَأْكُلْهَا, and eat it. وَلَا يَدَعْهَا, and don't leave it from da, right? Is the famous hadith, da ma yuribuk illa ma la yuribuk, da, meaning to leave something, right? From wada'a is the root, like hajjatul wada'a, right? The last and final hajj, the farewell pilgrimage. Wala yada'ha, and don't leave it, right? Don't leave it, li shaitan, for shaitan. So when we eat and we drop something, we should pick it up and clean it. This is support the 3-second rule, 5-second rule, depending on where you're from, whatever seconds they give you, right? But this is something we should do. We don't just leave our food when we drop it and leave it for shaitan. Rather, we pick it up, we eat it. When we see people eating their rice, eating with their whole hand, just dropping everything in front of them and leaving it, especially in the masjid, waliyadu billah, you know, we have to take care and not leave all that food for the shayateen. Right? So, إِذَا وَقَعَتْ لُقْمَةُ أَحَدِكُمْ, if a dropping or a piece of your food, a little bite of your food drops or falls to the ground, فَلْيَأْخُذْهَا, then take it, فَلْيُمِتْ مَا كَانَ بِهَا مِنْ أَذَى, and clean it or remove from it what was on it from أَذَى, وَلْيَأْكُلْهَا, and eat it, وَلَا يَدَعْهَا لِشَيْطَانٍ, don't leave it for shaitan. This hadith is in Muslim from Jabir, number 5301. Are there any questions? Alaikum Yasin. What's going on, Ahi?
Alhamdulillah, everything's good. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. No questions for us, Yasin or Abu Tahir?
No.
You want to start? You want to read for us, Abu Tahir?
قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا غلام سم الله وقل بيمينك وقل مما يليك. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كل في قصعتي من جوانبها لا تكون من وسطها فإن البركة تنزل في وسطها. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا وقعت لقمة أحدكم فليأكلها فليمت ما كان بها من أذى فليأكلها ولا تدعها للشيطان.
نعم. يلا يا ياسين.
قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يا غلام سم الله وكل بيمينك وكل مما يليك. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كل في القصعة من جوانبها ولا تأكلوا من وسطها فإن البركة تنزل في وسطها. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا وقعت لقمة أحدكم فليأخذها فليمت ما كان بها من أذى وليأكلها ولا يدعها للشيطان.
نعم. Next we have statement of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, not the statement of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he said, ما عاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم طعاما قط إن اشتهاه أكله وإن كره تركه. ما عاب النبي صلى ما عاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. ما عاب يعيب, meaning to find fault. To find fault. ما عاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم طعاما. He didn't find fault طعاما, in food. In food, قط. This قط means ever. It's like definitive, like ever. He never did it. Ever, ever. You understand it? Like total negation. ما عاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم طعام قط. He never found fault in food. He never found fault or brought up a fault about the food. He never blamed it. He never, basically, he never blamed it or whatever. Alright? In ishtahahu, in. This in is shartiyya. Right? This in. It means if. And this kasra here is for reading purposes, because in has a sukoon and the sheen has a sukoon. So you can't have both, so they put the kasra there for reading purposes. In ishtahahu, from shaha or shahwa, right? So desire something. So we have the word shahwa or shahawat, right? Desires, right? We have the shahwa and the shubha. The types of going astray is due to desires or due to doubts. Shubha, what? Shahwa. So this form here, ishtahahu, hu referring to ta'am. In ishtahahu, akalahu. If he desired it, akalahu, he ate it. Well, in here we see our sukoon appearing on top of it because we don't have a second letter after it. Well, in kariyahu, and if he didn't like it, kariha, if he disliked it, from makruh, to be disliked, right? The ruling of makruh, to be disliked. In kariha, if he didn't like it, tarakahu, he left it or abandoned it, and he didn't eat it. If he liked it, he ate it, and if he didn't like it, he just left it. But he didn't say, man, who made this? This is nasty. They don't know how to cook. Oh, look at this. Why did they do this? He never did that. This is all you got. Why didn't they put more salt in it? Why did they put so much salt in it? He never, ma'aba Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam ta'amun qat. He never ever at all. That's qat. Never ever at all. He never criticized food. He never found fault in the food. In ishtahahu akalahu. If he desired it, he ate it. Wa in karihahu taraka. And if he disliked it, then he didn't eat it. This is Mutafakun alayh, Bukhari and Muslim. I didn't find it in Muslim yet, although I know it's there. I found it before for the 100 Hadith class we did. But in Bukhari it's 5363, and they're both, like we said, from Abu Hurairah. Any questions? You want to read for us, Yasin?
ما عاد رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم طعاما قط إن اشتهاه أكله وإن كرهه تركه.
نعم. يا أبو طاهر.
ما عاب رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم طعاما قط إن اشتهاه أكله وإن كرهه تركه.
نعم. We have Adab al-Shurb. As we said, I started off wrongly earlier. We could finish these easily. I don't have the takhrij, the number of them, where they're at. I'll find them today. I didn't think we'd get this far because, as we said, one of the brothers was supposed to begin the class with his explanation, and we were going to go through that, and it usually takes a longer time. So I don't have that, but inshallah ta'ala, no problem. Adab al-shurb, the etiquettes of drinking, from shariba yashrubu, to drink. Naha Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Naha, as we said, Naha yanhu, meaning to prohibit. Like we, Amr bil Maruf wa Nahi al Munkar, to command the good and forbid the evil. Nahi al Munkar. So Naha Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam an al-shurbi qa'iman. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam prohibited an al-shurb. We said this naha is going to come with this harful jar an. As we see, nahi or amr bil maruf, amara bi nahi an. So this is going to come you can scroll up on your screen as well. You can use it to scroll up on your screen as well. There we go. 1 second here. But you can use the little controller and scroll up on your screen. It won't adjust mine, but hopefully that's better now, inshallah. So when we use this amara, just like when we say amana, we have the word or the harf bi, al-imanu billah, right? Amana bi, right? We have amara bi, command with. You just don't say amara. We need the word bi, usually, most of the time. Same with naha, we're going to have the harf jar an. So naha Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam an ash-shurb. Right? He prohibited from, an here means from, shurb. Drinking qa'iman. Drinking qa'iman. So we have here shurb being majroor after harf jar. We have shurb being majroor after the harf jar. And a shurbi qa'iman from qawwama, and we all know that means to stand, right? Qa'im is standing. And this is mansoob due to the hal, the condition that the person is in. His condition is that he is standing. The Prophet ﷺ forbade us from drinking standing or while standing. Then the next one, that's in Muslim. The next one, which is in the Muslim Imam Ahmed, نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن النفخ في الشراب. نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم again prohibited or forbade عن النفخ. Nafkhi. We all know this word, right? It means to blow on, right? Like we have nafathati. We have if we say from the al-isti'adha, the seeking refuge before reciting the Quran, it's permissible to say a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. According to the scholars, it's permissible. But the Prophet ﷺ, he never said in his salah, as far as been narrated to us, after he made the dua al-istiftah, the opening dua after the first takbir, he never just said a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. No, he said a'udhu billahi samil alim. I seek refuge in Allah, as-sami' al-alim, the hearing and the knowing, minash shaitanir rajim, min hamzihi wa nafkhihi wa nafthihi. Right? Nafkh. Right? That's how it used to open up. That's from the sunnah to open up with that. Min hamzihi wa nafkhihi wa nafthihi. You would say this, and then you would say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So, anyway, nafkh is to blow on, right? To blow on. Nafakh is to blow on, or nafkhi here, to blow on. To blow fish sharab, in the drink. Sharab is the drink. Sharab is the drink, right? نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن النفخ في الشراب. He forbade us to blow in the drink. Any questions?
No.
Okay. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا شرب أحدكم فلا يتنفس في الإناء. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, إذا, if or when, إذا شرب أحدكم, one of you drinks. And of course, we always know that shariba here is in the past tense. If one of you drank, but it has the meaning of one of you drinks. If one of you drank, ahadu is the fa'il marfu'. Ahadukum, if one of you drank, فَلَا يَتَنَفَّسْ فِي الْإِنَاءِ, from nafasa or tanafasa, which is to breathe. But you would look it up, noon, fa, sin. Tanafasa, to breathe. Then don't breathe, right? Then don't breathe. Fil ina. Ina, as we know, is the vessel, right? Awani is the plural. The ina is the vessel. Don't breathe in the ina, in the vessel. إذا شرب أحدكم, if one of you drinks, فلا يتنفس في الإناء, then don't let him drink, or don't let him breathe into the ina. The ina is the breathing into it is like the nafakh, the blowing on it, right? And the Prophet _, said, and it's not here, but in another hadith, that don't eat the food while the steam is coming off of it. Don't eat the food when the steam is coming off of it. Wait a few minutes, right? Let that steam go away, or you don't have to blow on it, and it's not harmful to you. So you shouldn't drink and eat with the steam coming off of it. Now, when you're in Denver and it's 5 below, you might have to drink some hot chocolate or something with some steam, right? Anyway, regular water might have steam coming off of it when it's 5 below.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, but we know we're talking about that scalding hot food. Wait till it cools down. إذا شرب أحدكم فلا يتنفس في الإناء. Here, this tanafas here is not dealing with blowing on the food. It's talking about drinking into the cup, where you're just drinking and not taking a break. And we see that from the next hadith, where it says about the Prophet ﷺ, كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يتنفس في الشراب ثلاثا. The Prophet ﷺ used to used to breathe في الشراب ثلاثا, when drinking in the drink 3 times. It says here in the drink, but it doesn't mean in the drink, as we see from the footnote, means during the drink, during drinking. He didn't do it fi, but athna, meaning during. And he would do it kharaj al-ina, because he just proved in this hadith up here, this hadith number 3, لا يتنفس في الإناء. Then it says in the next hadith, which seems to contradict it about him, كان يتنفس في الشراب ثلاثا. He used to breathe 3 times in the drink. Not in the drink, but أثناء الشراب. أثناء means during, and meaning خارج الإناء. So he used to take a break. He used to drink and breathe. Drink and breathe. Drink and breathe. كان يتنفس في الشراب ثلاثا. Any questions about these hadith?
لا.
Go ahead, read them for us, Abu Tahir.
نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن الشرب قائمة. نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن النفخ في شراب.
الشراب.
في الشراب.
نعم.
في الشراب. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا شرب أحدكم فلا يتنفس في الإناء. كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يتنفس في الشراب ثلاث.
نعم. يلا يا ياسين.
نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن الشرب قائمة. نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن النفخ في الشراب. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا شرب أحدكم فلا يتنفس في الإناء. كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يتنفس في الشراب ثلاثة.
نعم. الله يبارك فيكم. Inshallah, there's no questions. We'll meet tomorrow. We'll finish up on these etiquettes of eating and drinking, inshallah ta'ala, and we'll meet then. And for those who, you didn't sign up for the Hadith a week, huh? Abu Tahir or Yasin?
No,
This is from the
nice.
message yesterday.
Huh?
Is that from the short stories?
Yeah.
That's on Saturdays, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to send out a PDF, and then you got all week to try to read through it, try to figure it out. If you have any questions, then send them to me before Thursday, and basically I'm just going to produce a video, kind of what we do with the PDF here. I'm going to do it on my own, though, where I just have a little thing, and I'm going to answer everybody's questions that participates inside of there, and just kind of go through like what we do here. You understand? And then send it to them and send them a new PDF to do it for the next week. But instead of having another class just for those who want to participate once a week, then I found that book as a reader. Just send out 2 pages, 1 page, 3 pages, and then you try to read through it on your own. If you have any questions or anything stumps you, then send it to me and we'll go through it like what I do in this. But I go through it on my own.
Can I? Yeah, if you could get me on that, inshallah.
Yeah, I'll be down for that too.
Okay.
Barakallahu fi.
I have 1 second here. The sister, she says, is there a frequency dictionary of words, roots for each hadith collection? Frequency dictionary words. Do you mean, is there a dictionary of words for each, like for Bukhari and Muslim? Like, is there a dictionary of words in Bukhari or a dictionary of words in Muslim, if that's what you mean? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. There are books called Gharaib al-Hadith, which talk about strange words in Hadith. But as far as how, oh yes, by frequency of occurrence, then I'm not sure. I'm not aware of a dictionary for a particular hadith collection, and I'm not aware of that. Although that's a good idea, mashallah, maybe we can take it on, or we get somebody to take it on. That might be good to have a mawsu'a of the kalimat in Bukhari, a mawsu'a of the kalimat in Muslim. That's a pretty nice idea, mashallah. And are there audios for these hadith? Yes. These hadith are, if you go to my YouTube channel, Abu Muawiyah, just type that in YouTube. Hopefully you will find this class. If you type in Mustawa at-Tamhidi, go over here, it's probably better. Mustawa at-Tamhidi, then you will find all these classes that we've done so far. And at the top of the playlist is a recording of all the hadith. If you join Telegram, if you use Telegram, then there's then I have a what is it called? I guess a channel for this class here called Learn Arabic Through Reading. THRU reading. And if you go on Telegram, then you will find it, inshallah ta'ala, right? And then all of the audio. So like today, I'll go and I'll send the recitation of just the hadith, not the class, just the hadith by the Sheikh's Qari, the Sheikh who, Sheikh Abdul Muslim had a Qari read them, and you'll find them broken up. Like if you just want to read the hadith on Adab al-Sharab or Adab al-Akl or At-Tashabbuh, then they'll be on Telegram. Otherwise, the whole book is recorded in 1 hour and like 13 minutes. You can listen to that there. Inshallah ta'ala, I'll add you two brothers, inshallah, to the thing. If the sister wants to be part of it, then she should send a WhatsApp to 507-23111. Any sisters that want to be on that Saturday thing, they send a number is 965, of course, for Kuwait, 965. Then the women can correspond through my family. She'll send them everything and then send me the questions. That way I don't have their numbers in my phone and stuff. Inshallah ta'ala. So if they want to do this, the once a week thing, then they can contact her, the sisters. They can go on the Telegram here for the audios and class notes and stuff. They can look on YouTube for Mustawa Tamhidi and they'll find it, inshallah. Otherwise, look up Abu Muawiyah, that channel on YouTube, and it should be there, inshallah ta'ala. Jazakumullah khairan. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.